What is going on, guys? I'm RSB and I'm bringing you another beta update video on the Bedrock edition. This update video is going to be a short one. There's not too much to go over. A lot of the things that this update focused on was bug fixes on the Minecraft Pocket Edition. So if you play on the Minecraft Pocket Edition, you're going to have quite a few things fixed. And I would take a look at the changelog just so you can see how many bugs they actually fixed. One of our biggest things that we have added on this update is going to be the glow lichen, which you can see to the side of me and behind me. This is going to be one of the many things on the Caves and Cliff update that's going to bring a whole nother element to being inside of cave. So without further ado, let's take a look and jump right into it. So going over the new glow lichen, we are going to be going over the new lighting aspects of it. And as you know, any lighting option that is added to the game is widely welcome because we have been wanting new lighting additions for quite some time. So I'm glad to see Mojang is actually focusing so much on all of these new awesome natural lighting options for us to use inside of all of our Minecraft builds. So if you're curious to see just how bright one of these glow lichens are, you can see this single one in front of me in this cave that I dug out. There's no other light sources. The only light source is going to be this glow lichen here. It puts off quite a dim light, which is really nice. That way it adds a whole nother ambiance to the caves whenever they are going to be generating inside of the world. If we take a look over here, we have several more, and obviously the more that we add, the brighter it's going to get, although it's still not as bright as a torch in here. These glow lichen are bringing a whole nother game mechanic to the Bedrock edition. With here you can see there's actually a glow lichen, and each one of these are on their own individual block, which would be here, one here, on the back, and of course on top as well. However, if you notice down here in the hole, these can be waterlogged, but more importantly, if I take the water out of here, you can see that you have 5 different glow lichen sharing this same block, which is awesome. This has been something that they've used on Java for a long time with the picture frames. However, if you notice here, we still do not have that ability on Bedrock Edition. I think I speak for everybody when I say I cannot wait for the day that they add the ability to place multiple picture frames on a single block. That's going to allow us to make dark rooms along with a whole bunch of other possibilities. So hopefully with this update on the glow lichen sharing the same property, hopefully the picture frames will shortly be right behind it. These glow lichens can be placed on a number of different blocks. However, I use solid coal blocks here just to give me a nice black background for the display purposes of the new glow lichen. That way you can see the detail of this. If you use bone meal on the glow lichen, it doesn't interact like grass or most other blocks. However, if you use the bone meal, you can see with each piece of bone meal used, it will spread by 1, and it will only spread in cardinal directions. Once you have 4 different spreads coming out of one, it doesn't matter how much you bone meal it in the center, it will no longer accept bone meal. It will only go north, south, east, and west. However, if you move on to the next one, then you can have it spread all over again until there is no longer a place for the glow lichen to spread. So this is a really interesting mechanic added. With the glow lichen, if you use a regular hoe, it's going to destroy it. If you use a silk touch, however, it will drop the glow lichen itself to be picked up as an item. You can also use the shears to pick this up as well. And if you're wondering if you can hit this with your hand, the answer is no, you cannot. And the glow lichen has gained the ability to be used inside of the compositor in this update, along with the azalea leaves, the flowering azalea leaves, the hanging roots, and also the big drip leaf. However, some of the ones that have not been added, and I am unsure if they will be added, are going to be the cave vines here, as well as the small drip leaf. These cannot be composted yet. So we are going to have to wait and see if those are going to have the ability to be composted added to them. Moving on, we have a few quality of life updates added with this update. Before, whenever you used the wax weathered cut copper blocks with the stone cutter in order to make a slab, you would only get one of the wax weathered cut copper slabs. each time that you put a block through it. This has been fixed, and you will now get 2 slabs with every one of the solid blocks that you use on the stone cutter. So that's worth noting. That has been fixed. There has been a few updates made with the big and small drip leaves. With the big drip leaf, you can now left click on top of a big drip leaf with another big drip leaf, and the more that you click on it, the higher the plant will grow. However, if you break this big drip leaf, you will still only get 1 drip leaf in return. This is, however, different on the Java updates, so I don't know if this is going to be patched in the future updates coming. With the small drip leaf, you can see we now gain the ability to position the small drip leaf however we would like. So if you place this down and then turn it, it's going to be dependent on the direction that the player is facing, instead of just having it all placed down one direction. As far as the big drip leaf goes, they still have not fixed the texture with the stem. I don't know if this texture is going to be intentional or not. However, I am hoping that they do fix that. Moving on to the goats, these guys have had the ability to add leads to them, and it is much needed because, believe it or not, these guys are pretty hard to keep in a pen. If you're just hoping that you can put these guys inside of a gate, guess again, they will jump way out of it, as I have figured out, and that's partly why we have the glass above their head. However, they do continue to get a headache from the glass, so hopefully we can figure out a more humane way of doing this in the future. Moving on from the goats, we have some small changes to the cave vines and glowberries. Before, whenever you used a silk touch tool, you were able to silk touch it and get the cave vine and the glowberries. However, that has been changed. Using silk touch is only going to yield glowberries. It will not yield the vine also. This cave vine here in my inventory is exactly what it used to drop. Now it's only going to drop these glowberries here. All of the other mechanics with the glowberries do seem to be the same. The broken picture frames have still not been fixed. Hopefully they will get around to doing that soon, but I figured that that was worth throwing into this update. Let's move on to the changes with azaleas. So with azaleas, the small change is that whenever you use the shear on the azalea leaves, or the flowering azalea leaves, they are now going to drop their corresponding blocks. Again, a lot of this update is just focusing on quality of life, and these are just adding in functions that we would expect to be used inside of the everyday playable version of Minecraft. Also, using shears on these will also drop the corresponding blocks as well, so that's another thing to note. That is going to wrap up this update video. I know there hasn't really been a whole lot to go over here. It was just a small quality of life update from Mojang. However, it is nice to see that Mojang is continuing to take their time and really focus on the small details of the things that they are putting out onto their game. Although everybody is very eager to see the finished product and all of the awesome new features that they're going to be added, we do want them all to be added correctly and have the least amount of bugs as possible. So I, for one, really welcome them taking as much time as they need to really get this out. But at the same time, I'm also really hoping that they don't keep us waiting too long, because I'm excited, and just like the rest of you, I cannot wait. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any comments on any of the stuff that I've gone over, please drop a comment below. If you love seeing these update videos and you want to continue seeing every time that I upload a update video, then please hit that subscribe button with the bell notification. That way you can get notifications on every update video, along with all of the other awesome videos that I upload. I'm always uploading and try to at least upload once a week, and I cover everything from tricks and tips to a whole bunch of redstone stuff, survival series, and more. So I'm sure to keep you entertained. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.